Morning, guys. It's Kate. So, I haven't made a video in a while. I decided to take today's opportunity to catch some quiet time, and I'm not driving for those who are worried about me videoing and operating a vehicle. It's not happening. I'm actually down by the waterfront. And it's peaceful, and I thought that this would be a good opportunity to make a video. So, what's been going on? I don't think there's any point in making videos if you're not going to be real. So, I decided to hold off for a little bit. I mean, it hasn't been like, I'm not Debbie Downer or anything like that. There's been a bunch of stuff going on in my life that I've been busy with. But I think there's some issues with my mental health lately. I don't know. I suffer from some depression and anxiety. So anxiety is my issue. And I think the last video, my anxiety went a little through the roof. Not because of the video, just because I was on the verge of something. And my biggest issue, and I think a lot of people have this issue, is expectations. Expectations in myself. I don't know. You know, it's either I shoot really big and unrealistic, or I have zero expectations in protection of not being hurt. And I think, you know, I was so super proud, and I am super proud of my weight loss, and I am staying firm at 376.5. So I'm 2 pounds away from my 15 pounds that I had originally lost, or just thereabouts. And I'm proud of that. I really am proud of that. My issue is that I had expectations that maybe others would be as stoked as I was, and they weren't. And this is a great reality boost of how we become consumed with our weight loss journey, and others don't. And that's why I think that YouTube is critical for some type of support, because we're all going through this together at some stage or another, and the rest of the world is just carrying on with their lives. Not that we aren't, but I mean, there's a focus. It's like when you're pregnant, everybody's pregnant, and that's all you want to talk about is the baby and the stuff and the nursing. And people who aren't pregnant or aren't interested in children or past that point in their life don't want to hear about it. And I think that's how the weight loss is too. When I went to see Julie, my nutritionist or dietitian, at the hospital, I had high expectations that she'd be super proud of me. And I mean, she was, but she'd said that my weight loss was actually too much, too fast. And I read that into not being coming from a nutritional standpoint, that perhaps I was like robbing my body of nutrition, like that's her issue was. I took it as, I'm fucking this up. And I took it as a failure, and it really reinforced a lot of negative self-talk that I have on a regular basis. So it was like, well, I can't even do this. Starbucks. Is it rude when you drink on film? I don't know, you're gonna have to bear with me. I said it was raw and it was real, and I like to drink on film. So this escalated into like a bunch of issues for me. This escalated into, am I going to be able to do this for the long term? What am I going to do after surgery? Did I have false expectations of myself that I thought that I was, doing better than I was? And it was all crap. And it just started to escalate into other things. So, I'm still on the wagon. What I've changed is I am not tracking on FitnessPal right now. I have some issues, like if I put it down, I have to justify eating it. And there's where I go a little overboard. If I put it down, is it worth it? And on one side, or one hand, that keeps me good. It keeps me honest, and it keeps me mindful of what I'm eating, because you have to put it down. And on the other hand, it makes me a little bit neurotic, where I don't want to eat anything because it all has a caloric content. And as I see my calories deplete for the day, like what's left, I start to freak out that I'm eating. I've never really been mindful of my eating, and I think it has stirred up some issues that I had with eating disorders in the past, where I was depriving, and it's like there was nothing worth eating to put down. So I started to deprive myself of carbs, deprive myself of this, deprive myself of that. It's a very slippery slope, and I'm not really proud of it, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm fucking neurotic. That's what it is. There's people beside me. They're gonna confirm I'm neurotic. I think it's just everybody goes through some of it and nobody talks about it. So I've decided that I'm going to talk about it. And I understand that I'm a little all over the place with this video, and that's okay. It's spontaneous, and I thought I need to get it out, and I need to be somewhere peaceful where I'm not interrupted by barking dogs and children and phone calls. So just the random guy that's going to pull in beside me. That's fucking super. It's pulling in beside me. It's excellent. Hopefully they get out of their car and take a long walk. So I gotta get out. I feel let's just take this pause. We're gonna take a pause. Jolly good. They're fucking off. I have decided not to focus on calories. Therefore, I'm not focusing on logging things into FitnessPal. I absolutely am still focusing on what I'm putting into my mouth, being mindful. I think the lighting's bad. Is that better? I've cut down on a lot of things. Like this is my God, you have to be a rocket scientist to order one of these, but it's a skinny, non-fat chai latte, half sweet. So it's gone from like 500 calories to like 200 calories, which rocks. Having trouble with alcohol. When I get neurotic and I want a quick release, I would have a couple of drinks. And I can't have a couple of drinks because I'm waiting for surgery. So that's hard. It's just working through the shit, people. You have to work through it. And I think that's what this whole journey is about, is understanding where your neuroses are and how you're going to face them head on. And so I'm doing that, and I'm adjusting to it. And hopefully I'm not doing transfer addictions or anything like that. Currently I'm not. But I could see where alcohol would come in. And the only thing that's stopping me from drinking is that I want this surgery bad, really bad. And if for whatever reason they did a random blood test or something and I had alcohol in my body and they said no, I would need to be put on some kind of watch. So I mean, I'm really only doing it for the surgery, and that seems good enough for me. I mean, my husband thinks it's crazy, but if that's my only thing that keeps me motivated, then that's it. Frick, we're almost 10 minutes. So I'm back. On the 22nd of April, I have a meeting with the surgeon. Excuse me. And hopefully he has a date that's sooner than later. I'll put myself on a cancellation list, and let's just get this going. I have a therapist and a psychiatrist that I see on a regular basis right now. And I know that that sounds overwhelming to people, but really it's just to keep me focused. And we've been talking a lot about my eating disorders, if you will, and my thoughts around it. Here in Ontario, here's an example of crazy. Here in Ontario, we have to get health cards because we have OHIP, and our healthcare is paid for, but you have to show proof that you're you. And our health cards have a picture on it. I'm way fatter than I was in my 5-year ago picture. And that makes me feel like shit. And so my card expired on the 30th. And we're sitting at the 2nd, and I still don't have it. And I'm supposed to go and get it today. And I don't want them to take a fucking picture, and I have another fatty picture for 5 years. I don't know. Anyone else like that? That, like, you know, avoids silly things? And it's just a picture. It's not with me for life, but it's like I have to look at it, and I don't know. I just want to hurry up and see results. I am seeing some results in like non-scale victories where pants fit different and stuff like that. I think I said it before that overall I've lost 14 inches over my entire body. And that's good. I'm proud of that. But it doesn't seem to be enough. So I'm definitely looking forward to surgery. So hopefully on the 22nd, I will have some better news for you. Please don't get me wrong. This is not a downer video. I'm just mellow today. And I'm just reflecting on things that people who are post-surgery, pre-surgery, Jesus, see, I'm already there. People who are pre-surgery, and there's a lot of new subscribers to me that are. These are things that as you get closer to the end, you start to figure out about yourself, and these are things I'm figuring out. So I think it doesn't do any justice to A, not document it, and B, not share it, because if I'm going through it, there's got to be some chick going through it, or dude. Sorry. Girls seem to have more head games, I think, but maybe I'm just biased because I'm